So, on a video where I explained to people how to make sure they don't get tricked by impersonator accounts, someone sent me this message. Now, the original will be linked below in the description. It's going to be an archive. I put that video up to get someone to respond this way. I wanted to figure out who was actually doing it. It's not No Bugs, it's Scott Sion. This time. Scott must have looked up the other previous commentary. Or maybe not, but anyway, or maybe this is No Bugs and he's impersonating him. How ironic. I don't know which it is, but here we go. I'm going to read it from least escalating to the end. Here we go. Everybody says that you're a talented computer hacker. Well, actually, no, not everybody does. I'm not a talented computer hacker. I'm listed as, or I would be considered a hacker by some people. You don't give yourself that statement, and it's considered a compliment by most people, but you're only really a hacker if you're called that as an insult in some cases. I haven't been called technically a hacker or listed on my IRS tax forms as a hacker for around 4 or 5 years now. I'm a computer geek. I repair things. And then here we go. But if you were a computer hacker, you'd be able to make money. You blithering idiot, my friend. Yes, I have redone this just to post the whip my hair back and forth level of manipulation this person's trying to do poorly. Something I learned to do, some of you might have done this, diagramming sentences when you were a kid. This is a run-on sentence that's been made into a bunch of paragraphs. I'll have a link to the original. Obviously, this is redone. This is a remix. So the person cannot claim that I'm stealing their artwork. Here we go. You wouldn't be living in your mother's basement making cell phone videos for YouTube. And then he says, also in another paragraph, you wouldn't be sitting in a coffee shop stealing Wi-Fi from Starbucks. So my mother's basement's a Starbucks? My mother's dead. And none of the coffee shops I go to are in the basement. There is one in Portland, Oregon that's actually in the basement. I don't go there. And I'm not stealing Wi-Fi. They offer it as a loss leader, a really cheap one, so they can get people in the door because people sit there for hours and hours and eat and drink. If I was stealing Wi-Fi, they'd kick me out. This is a not-so-subtle attempt to assert that a person is doing something morally wrong for, I don't even know why they're doing this, but to give that impression. They want to be seen doing that. So let's dismantle this person a little bit more. And by the way, again, I put you're saying I'm in my mother's basement. That's a stereotype about geeks. And I'm stealing Wi-Fi from a Starbucks. Most Starbucks actually shut off their Wi-Fi at night unless they wish to leave it open. They can choose to turn it off at night. Next. This has to be the most hypocritical video I've ever seen your dumbass create. Now, this is actually mostly what he said in sequence. You're one of the biggest rat troll troublemaker frauds on YouTube. You think your intelligence level is above and beyond everyone else's. No, I don't. That is an assertion of elitism. Also, anybody can do this. They just have to apply themselves. Most people are actually busy, going out and earning a living, or taking care of kids, or being a firefighter, or whatever. Most people don't want to expend the effort I've done to do what I can do, which is really not that useful unless I was working in a research department at a newspaper or something. Anyway, next. You act like you haven't impersonated and forged accounts for your own benefit. Now, this is the fun part about this. I've stated factually I've set up other accounts. I have one other account that's a copy of mine. And I set up other accounts that are just generic accounts that I use for a project, and then I give it to the customer. Yeah. As for me setting up impersonation accounts, this is, of course, to get me to say this in a video so that they can cut and paste the audio together in the video. Am I spoiling it for you? You're going to remix this, aren't you? By the way, the comment came from, if anybody wants to follow the link below, to a brand new Nibiru Planet X channel, as far as I can tell. It's got videos on it and everything, but I don't think it's the same as the Nibiru 2016 Planet X. But maybe it is. You guys can decide. I don't know. I don't really think that's important. Let's talk about the critique here. Citation, please. Where have I impersonated anybody? Oh, are you talking about when I did exactly what someone did to me, but I did it with facts? That's actually happened. I've actually done that. Yeah. You're not going to say which person, right? Now, if this is Scott, I don't think it is, but I'm very sure it isn't Scott. But if it is Scott, were you just fooled by somebody trolling you? Because I don't know if anybody knows this, but NoBugs and the crew that NoBugs claimed to be, it was always the same person. It wasn't really more than one person. Claimed at one point in a message that I couldn't copy anywhere that he was getting paid money to impersonate hundreds of other people. This is a very common thing on the internet. People hire themselves out to be professional trolls. Those are what you guys call shills when you're insulting people who are telling you facts. But no, there are real shills out there. This guy got mad at me because I undercut his ability to make business or something. I don't know. He won't tell me the truth. It's part of the job, I guess. I don't know that this is Scott, so don't assume this is Scott. Here we go, next. You randomly go through channels flagging all their videos and flagging their channels for absolutely no reason. Really? I do? And I've said that. Right. That's an interesting assertion, kind of over the top. Or maybe I flag channels for posting pictures of me and trying to get people... it's not just one or two other people. Some people have actually offered money to get me killed. This is a common thing to do. It's supposed to intimidate people. Nothing happens. I have a weird situation where I know for a fact that it would be very difficult to find me at all. So I don't worry so much. So I'm able to be calm and investigate these things. And I find out these people are lame and ignorant. Here we go, next. When people are beating you at your own game, that's your problem with this. No, it's not. This is the time to fold the meme. Okay. When someone wants to make you look bad and you're responding to attack, they'll claim that you started it. There's no reason to even assume this in anybody, but it's a really effective way to bother somebody. And again, if this is Scott, let's just say it's not Scott. Let's say it's somebody else. What the hell are you going to do to actually intimidate me? I mean, I'm not kidding about that. What are you going to do? Well, we'll get to that in a minute here. Now, remember, this is Internet Tough Guy 101 here. Now we get to the funny insults. If you continue to F with me and my channels, I will continue to do the same back to you. I'm not the one with a criminal record for backhanding my girlfriend's kid. You are. You were convicted and imprisoned for it if you're Scott. You're guilty of assault with intent to do grievous bodily injury. And you got it jacked down a bit because probably you got a good lawyer. But you're still guilty as frag of beating a kid. I'm not. You're a scumball. Anybody who sees your face and sees that rap sheet, they're going to slug you dead in the face immediately and you're going to drop to the ground because you're a big sack of shit. And if you want, I can find out how to get an entire city papered with that. Like a wanted poster. Do you want to go there? If it's Scott. But then again, somebody might be manipulating me to go after him. Hey Scott, are you watching? Did you post this? I like the bottom of it. Now, take this archive it, archive the SOB, and do a vid about it. Okay, I am. Scott Sion. You have to post a video stating, using the same link I'm giving, that you didn't do that and you have nothing to do with that channel that's been archived. That's all you got to do. I don't know if you did it. I don't believe you did. But again, if it is Scott, you're guilty of beating kids. I'm not. You're the kind of person I helped get thrown in prison. Go to hell, Scott. Whether or not you sent this. You're a piece of crap. I'm not. I'll never be as crappy as you. You gloat about that crap. Then you say this. Now remember, it was a video on how to prevent yourself from being tricked by trolling. So this is the response I get. You're going to sit there after a guy says, I'm going to do back to you what you do to me. Right, you mean posting videos proving that you posted a video that, if it is Scott, you posted a bunch of videos on your channel that lied to people about the end of the world, and it was named Nibiru 2016. It's 2017, you idiot. But if it's not Scott, then okay, fine. You're going to sit there in Starbucks, I'm not in Starbucks, crying the blues like a little bitch, like a baby in a shitty diaper, about somebody impersonating your stupid YouTube channel, which has absolutely no benefit to no one. No, it doesn't. Except for the person trying to impersonate me, which I explained very clearly, and only an idiot would ignore the entire point of the video. Scott, are you an idiot? Again, this is a person trying to make me think that it's Scott. I don't know if it is. We'll go from there. Next. You should get... Wake the F up and go away. Stop screwing around with people and smell the Irish Spring soap and coffee. I mixed those together. He was telling me I need to take a bath. I smell so bad you can smell me over the internet, right? Smell you later. Yeah, right. Okay. That is definitely a no bugs comment. That's why I'm wondering if this is real. Again, the archive's below if you all want to check it. And Scott, all he has to do is post a video saying he would never threaten me and that none of this is what he would say. If he tries to gloat even a little bit, I'll assume it's him. And everybody else should. And Scott is guilty of beating children. Have I said that enough? Guilty. Not that you redacted or changed it or just nudged it a little. You're guilty. And you lied badly about it. Scott. Now, I'm not talented enough to be a computer hacker, but my 17-year-old nephew, who is on his way to MIT on full scholarship, has agreed to help me. Really? So I contact MIT and state that one of the individuals coming in that's related to you genetically has stated that he's going to come in and, quote, help, this is supposed to be Scott again, help Scott in any way possible in shutting down my channel. And then you won't have to dry your tears whenever they pay you back in spades. Like I started this. Now this is the whole thing is after a while, oh well, we don't know who started it, let's all back away. What happened is he sensed, whoever this is, sensed that I might actually get people helping me. All anybody has to do is just statically block out every single trolling channel and the noise level drops a lot down. After Fight Club, the noise level dropped a lot. When you get rid of the ability of someone to troll you, they can't distract you from your eyes on the prize. So if this is, I didn't even investigate it this much. This is a person trying to make me think it's Scott. If it is Scott, I'm just going to debunk all your videos one after another because I can, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't flag my channel or do anything about it. You don't have any power over anybody. Next, you don't have a 17-year-old nephew who's on his way to MIT that's going to help you with this. Because knowingly doing that is actually grounds to get kicked out of MIT. Because it is. It's not a security issue. You're literally saying that you're going to silence someone. MIT is one of the few locations I know of where silencing people, all SJW like you're talking about, is actually grounds to refuse to give someone their degree. If they're going for sociology class, I'm sure that they'll let them get away with that because that's part of being a sociologist now. It's to be triggered all the time. But in MIT, if you're going there to be a computer geek, they'll look at you and say, you're going to have to not have this because we don't want our name associated with you because you're an asshole. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And if this wasn't Scott, post a video stating this wasn't you, and you might want to prove that. You might want to go ahead and take that channel down by any means necessary.